guys, as we all know, Murder Mystery 2 is pretty infamous for not really doing a whole lot of updates to the game. There are so many crazy games on Roblox that are doing like weekly or monthly updates all the time, but for some reason Murder Mystery 2 doesn't really do much updates at all. Like, we get a couple events in Murder Mystery 2, but that's really all we get. It feels like for the most part there isn't really a whole lot going in Murder Mystery 2 at all. Like, the worst part about this is how the MM2 team doesn't really talk about Murder Mystery 2 that much either. I mean, they do talk about it sometimes, but they almost never tell us when an update is getting close. They never really give us any information about updates. They kind of just drop these updates extremely suddenly without really telling anyone about it. Like, for example, in the newest Christmas update, all Nicholas said was like hi in the Discord, and then the update just came out. Like, that's all that happened. A lot of people wonder why Nicholas does this, why he doesn't really update the game, and why he doesn't really talk about updates much at all. But thankfully, I was able to have a conversation with I Don't Have a Use and some other members of the Murder Mystery 2 team of why they don't really drop a whole lot of teasers, information, and updates. Like, this all started in early February. This was a few weeks ago at this point. I'm only talking about this right now because there's not anything else to talk about, ironically, but I was talking over in my Discord server about how MM2 doesn't really drop a whole lot of updates and teasers and stuff until I eventually brought up the idea of Murder Mystery 2 having like an official Twitter account or an official YouTube account, because all we really have for official MM2 news and information is like the Nicholas Twitter account where he doesn't post that much. I guess technically the JD YouTube account. We were gonna have to go through a lot of these videos to try to find news, or sometimes in my own Discord server where the MM2 team sometimes talks about MM2. Go join my Discord, by the way. The next day, I Don't Have a Use saw my own messages about this, and he made a response saying, does MM2 need a social media account when all the devs have social media? Basically saying there's not really much of a reason to have a official MM2 Twitter account when the devs already have Twitter accounts. I do think it'd be nice for MM2 to have like an official Twitter account like dedicated for news and stuff, because yeah, we do have like the official Nicholas account right here, but he doesn't really talk much about updates at all. Like, he didn't make a single tweet about the Christmas update, by the way. He did say Merry Christmas over on Twitter, but this was 5 days after the Christmas update, so he didn't really say anything about that update, even though it was a pretty big update. And I Don't Have a Use does post about updates when the update is out, but they never really tweet like before the update's out getting us hyped and stuff. We very rarely see stuff like that, so people are then talking to I Don't Have a Use, basically saying what I said. As you can see, Nelly in my Discord server saying, yes, of course they do, with like Bloxburg rivals, etc. They all have social media where they post clues and hints about features. Then I Don't Have a Use said that's what Nicholas's Twitter is for. And even if we got an official Twitter account, it probably still wouldn't post that much news. Which then Nelly said, I mean, if you guys have a social media account, post more stuff on it, like clues, hints, leaks, fun facts, etc. Honestly, I agree with a lot with what she's saying in these messages, but I Don't Have a Use then said, but that's what Nicholas's account posts. We don't really have anything else to say. But I don't know exactly how true that is, because I feel like the MM2 team could very easily post like hints and teasers and stuff about Murder Mystery 2 updates. Like, even though MM2 does not update as much as like other games, they could very easily like tell us like, yo, a new update's coming soon, get hyped, it might be coming on this day, you know. Like, for example, we could go back to the Christmas update. Nicholas posted literally nothing about the update at all. There is stuff to talk about. I feel like Nicholas could have very easily given us like a hype teaser for the Christmas update, kind of like what he did with Halloween. Nicholas posted this teaser for the Halloween update, which got so many people hyped up. Like, even people outside of the MM2 community, like just standard Roblox players, got hyped for this update. Like, we even had people like Creecraft live streaming preparing for the update, even though he's not like an MM2 YouTuber or anything. He was still getting hyped about it. So they could very easily continue to do hype teasers like that and even give us like more news about the update. But then Nelly said he doesn't even use his Twitter account, which he then gave like some ideas of what like an MM2 Twitter account could tweet out, or maybe just what Nicholas could tweet out, like polls, questions, fun facts. That would be cool to see, like some more community interaction from Nicholas. Even though that wouldn't like give us news about updates, it would still like keep the community engaged with the game, you know? Seeing like the official MM2 team talk about Murder Mystery 2 and stuff, which I Don't Have a Use then says sounds overly corporate. I don't think it's gonna happen. It's not our vibe. I do got a ton of respect for the MM2 team and I Don't Have a Use, but personally, I don't know if I agree with that. I don't think that's being overly corporate. I think that's just talking with the community. Like, talking to your fans about MM2 is not overly corporate. I don't really know what he meant by that. That's just being nice to the fans, you know? That's just like engaging with the community, actually like being active in the community. Like, I eventually stepped in and gave my own response saying it wouldn't be absolutely necessary for MM2 to have a Twitter account, but would it be a positive change that would mean nothing but beneficial for the game and community? Absolutely. I think a dedicated MM2 account would be nice, seeing how Nicholas and the team rarely barely ever talk about the game and its updates on social media. The team talks about it on Discord public chats at times, but that's extremely inaccessible to 99% of people. Because yeah, like I said, Nicholas does talk about updates sometimes in the Discord and some of the MM2 team, and as well as in my Discord server as well, they do talk about it, but only a very, very small percent of people are actually gonna see this, and you kind of have to be active in the MM2 Discord server at these specific times to see this stuff, or you could just be like an extreme spy like me and search up Nicholas's messages on the Discord. It didn't even work for some reason, but most people aren't gonna do that. I would like a much easier way to get news than looking at the public chats, you know? I then said there's been times in the past where the MM2 team has been active in the community, getting people hyped for updates. Like, for example, when I Don't Have Use drop silhouettes for Nebula and Plasma Blade, those are awesome, and I'd love to see the team do that more often with bigger updates. And for those who don't know, way back in the day, I'm gonna have to scroll down a little bit to find this stuff, but there has been a couple times where, like, the MM2 team, like, I Don't Have Use have dropped teasers. Like, for example, they dropped, like, the Plasma Blade teaser in March of 2022, as well as this Nebula teaser back in February of 2021. These were really cool, even though they were just for shop godlies. I would like to see, like, teasers like this for bigger updates, but even, like, small stuff like that for shop godlies and stuff, it got the community extremely hyped for the future of MM2, because it kind of showed us what godlies we could be expecting in the future of the game. The Halloween teaser Nick dropped was awesome, and I'd like to see stuff like that in the future, so I'm confused why Nick and the team didn't say a single word about the Christmas update before it dropped. My friend Fern Emanuel ended up hopping in saying leaks are patched. Shouldn't that mean you guys should actually have a chance of hyping up the community? This wouldn't affect updates at all, bro. So yeah, if anyone's new to MM2 and just MM2 like content in general, you guys might not know that every MM2 update used to get leaked back in the day, and like all the items and like weapons and stuff got shown off way before the update was even released, which it was a little bit sad that this happened because like exploiters found this stuff without the MM2 team's permission. But love or hate leaks, they got a lot of people hyped for updates, and what's really our only way to get any sort of expectation of what Murder Mystery 2 is gonna do in their next update, because Nicholas and the team don't really talk about updates. So the only way we really got hyped was by seeing the leaks, but leaks have been patched for the past 4 months now, so now that there's like really no way to get hyped for MM2 updates, I feel like Nicholas and the team really have to drop more teasers. Which then I said MM2 is a huge game, hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of people await for new updates the game has. Making small tweets about updates might not seem like a big deal to them, but the little things go a long way. Which then Emmanuel said, any small thing Nicholas says, the community goes crazy. That's how popular Nick is. Like, it's so crazy to see like how small tweets in the past, like Nicholas had made tweets like making new stuff. 5,000 likes on Twitter. Like, so many people are interested in MM2 updates. So many people want to know when the next update is coming out. So Nicholas could just make small posts like that and would get the whole community hyped, but he doesn't do that a whole lot. Even if a Valentine's update isn't coming, Nicholas could at least tell us what update is coming soon. There's absolutely no harm in revealing what the next update is going to be. Just take notes from literally every other big Roblox game studio. Colbe ended up making a response saying maybe consider that the way he runs MM2 is exactly what has kept it alive for so long. Basically saying that Nicholas not being active might be the reason why MM2 is so big, which again, Koobs is my goat. I love Koobs. He's in my server right now, but I'm not sure if I agree with that in my opinion. Like, I'm not telling Nicholas to like do updates more often, like even though that would be nice. Like, I feel like Nicholas being more active on like Twitter and Discord wouldn't really harm the game at all. Like, I couldn't ever imagine Nicholas saying like, oh, season 2 is coming on Twitter, and just everyone quits the game because of that. That wouldn't make any sense. That makes no sense in my opinion. Then I Don't Have You said there isn't much to say on social media. It's better to not say anything when it's uncertain if an update's actually going to come out, which I can kind of understand. Like, if Nicholas said like, oh, Valentine's update is coming, and it didn't end up coming out, people would be a little bit upset about that. But there are also so many updates that do come out and do have like a lot of production on them, like Easter and summer, for example, like, and even stuff like Halloween and Christmas. Nicholas could very easily drop more teasers and stuff, but he doesn't. I feel like even if an update got canceled and Nicholas tweeted about it, he could very easily tweet out like, hey, sorry, I couldn't finish this update, but there is going to be more content coming soon, so get hyped. Like, I feel like if Nicholas did that for like the Valentine's update, I don't think anyone would complain too much. So they would show us that Nicholas at least had the reason of why he didn't do Valentine's, you know? And shows us that not all hope is lost for Murder Mystery 2. But yeah, that is basically the whole conversation that I had with I Don't Have a Use about why MM2 doesn't drop a whole lot of news and what I think could be changed changed in the future. Because Murder Mystery 2 is a huge game with such a big and dedicated community to it, so I do think it's very unfortunate that there isn't really a whole lot to like get hyped over if you're like an MM2 player. Maybe I'm just saying this because I'm the MM2 hype man, but I do think it'd be nice if the MM2 team started hyping up the community more, dropping teasers and stuff, especially since leaks are gone now and there's not really a whole lot to get hyped for at all in Murder Mystery. Like, we don't really know what the next update's gonna be in MM2 right now. People are speculating on an Easter update coming in the next 2 months, and also the next Roblox event that's coming soon, like the Hunt 2 or whatever it's gonna be. People are speculating MM2 is gonna be in that. Whatever the next update is, I really hope Nicholas or the MM2 team drops more stuff to get the community more hyped, you know, because that's all I really want to see is more community interaction from Nicholas and the MM2 team. And I mean, again, it doesn't even have to be Nicholas that said this stuff. They could just make their own dedicated MM2 Twitter account run by someone else on the team that could hype us up. Like, I just want some sort of official information from the team instead of us having like speculate and like question on what the next update is gonna be or if we're even gonna be getting an update anytime soon. But I've been recording for almost half an hour, so I should probably end this video off here. So until next time, goodbye!